All right, high rollers, looking forward to this. A promotional company that represents some of the best darts players in the world, including two-time major champion Daryl Gurney, a recent guest of ours, and recent winner of the Players' Championship Finals, where he took down MVG in dramatic fashion. Can you say the bullseye, baby? He will no doubt be heading into the alley pally with a ton of confidence. How about James Wilson, the Jammy Dodger, a 180 machine, both playing under the banner of MDA Promotions. MDA for Matthew Dean Allen Ward, who joins us now. Matthew, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for being our high roller today.
No, I'm a big fan of the show. I love it. I love every time the darts is on, or a big fan. I always listen to it straight after. So especially if the guys have won, so I can revel in a victory.
Well, I really appreciate that. Keep listening. We enjoy that. I was on your website today, mdapromotions.co.uk, at MDA Promotions on Twitter. The website tells me things are happening there, man. Looks like 2019 is filling up quite nicely. An evening with Phil Taylor included in all of that.
Yeah, we're branching out into other events as well. Darts is still the priority, but we've got events with Frank Bruno next year and Tyson Fury as well in Ipswich, and we just booked Harry Redknapp for 2 nights, obviously, after he's winning the jungle. So yeah, we're still mainly on darts, but it's not hard. It doesn't hurt to diversify now and then.
Well, absolutely. Tyson Fury, you talk about a big name. What a fight he just put in. I still don't know how he got up in the 12th round.
But it's quite funny you say that, because I've got your tweets on alarm. So I was doing some jobs in Scotland with Gary Anderson and a few others last week, and I went to bed early and I woke up just as the last round was starting, and I saw your tweet, how did he get up? On the Twitter, High Roller Radio, and I don't know how he got up. It was amazing, but you couldn't have scripted it. I think he got more exposure on the fact that he drew and got up than he would have done if he'd have just won on points. I think that'll do him no harm whatsoever. And a controversial draw in boxing always makes more money for the promoters and the fighters. So I think Tyson will come out with it very well indeed.
Well, absolutely. I was stunned, and that's why I tweeted it out there. I mean, the referee was on 6, and he was out, and then all of a sudden he's standing up, and not only that, he won the round from there. I couldn't believe it. I thought he won the fight.
Oh yeah, he won the fight easily, but it's America. I don't think anybody can argue with the draw as such, because Deontay had 2 10-8 rounds. He only needs a couple more rounds to level it up in theory. But the judge that scored it 115 to 111, I mean, he's the one that you've got to look at and think, well, how did you see it that way? You can't really argue with. You can argue, but you can't call robbery if, say, 2 of the judges had scored it a draw. But the fact that one judge had got Wilder winning so convincingly, that's the one that you think, well, that's a bit weird. And like you say though, he'll make more money on the back of a draw than he would have done if he'd have won. So if he go again, they make double the amount. And if he wins, then he's got Joshua waiting. So yeah, exciting times for Tyson.
Well, I'll tell you what, you said it best. America and boxing, anything can happen. But what a night that was. So, yeah, you're branching out. That's great. Tyson Fury, another boxing great. Frank Bruno. I see you've got Peter Andre on the card. Also, John McGuinness, the racing legend. What does an evening with, say, Phil the Power Taylor look like? How does the night go?
Basically, it's Phil won't be playing darts. He'll be meeting and greeting, signing autographs, doing photos, and then telling all in a story. He's been the best dart player for 25 years in the world, and he's got a great story to tell. And that's basically what it'll be. We've got some special guests, including Willie Thorne, who's going to be the interviewer, and Phil Taylor, who's got a great story. So all darts fans should get to Coventry. And then, of course, we've got our big night with Rob Cross versus Phil Taylor in May in Leicester, also featuring Daryl Gurney, Adi Lewis. So we've got some really good events, so you should check them out. If you're in the UK, get yourself over to the website and get yourself a ticket.
Yeah, the website again is mdapromotions.co.uk. Wow, that is tasty tungsten there. A rematch, eh? Rob Cross and Phil Taylor. I think the Power will be gunning for some revenge there.
Yeah, well, Phil's still averaging 105 in exhibition matches, so if Phil wanted to come back on the tour, he'd still be probably the 3rd favourite to win every event. So it's ridiculous, really, to see he's still hungry. But yeah, it'd be a nice spectacle, Cross v Taylor. We've not had Cross before. Obviously, he's new to the scene. It's the first time working with him in Leicester. He's a really nice guy. I've worked with him in a few places for other people, but never for myself. So yeah, looking forward to it. I like Rob. He's a nice guy.
When you put on these exhibitions and the fans come out, how are the dart players with them? It seems like they're a pretty down-to-earth bunch.
Yeah, they can be. It's difficult because obviously you sell a premium ticket, so you want some of them to be put on a pedestal and kept out of the way so you can charge a premium to meet them. That's the honest truth. But, people like Phil, Daryl, they've been doing it years, so they're always pleasant with the fans. I've never had any problems really with darts players. A couple have turned up like a late now and then. I remember one time Mark Webster got stuck in traffic 9 hours and turned up straight on stage, and literally got to the venue and turned up straight on stage, and there's a picture of him. I think it's from 2014. He's still got his trainers on. He's just done the walk on him. Just literally got there and done the walk on. But none of them, nobody's ever really, there's never been a problem with darts players. I've grew up with darts from 2007. I did my first event to now, so I know all the players, they all know me, so we've got a good rapport. It's not like booking Tyson, or we've worked with Anthony Joshua before as well. That's more regimental. So the darts players are all fine.
Now, how did this all start for you?
Very lucky. I was a plumber, not a very good one, working for David Wilson Homes, and I got sacked, basically. And that night I went to Premier League in Sheffield and picked up a business card for Adrian Lewis on tour, hosted by Paul Booth. Booked that. That got cancelled due to Adrian being in the IDL, or the WDT as it was back then. And so we had to rearrange the date for June the 10th, I believe, or June the 17th, 2007. And it was Raymond van Barneveld became available. So we booked Adrian Lewis and Raymond van Barneveld at my local club in Ibstock. We filled it with 400 people. I had no internet, no emails. I'd never been on the internet in my life. Sold it word of mouth. Never even owned a laptop. God knows how I did it, looking back. And it just went from there. We did another one. Carried on doing events, and then branching out bigger and bigger venues, looking for 800 seats and stuff, leisure centres. And then Justin Park came along, and we started to manage Justin, and Dean came along, and Stuart. And then obviously we met Mr. Gurney. And it's gone from there, really. I mean, obviously we parted company with Dean and Justin, and kept with Stuart Kelly. And obviously Daryl's now, on verge of going to top 4, depending on the World Championships. And, we've got some great players as well. James Wilson, Benito van der Pass, Jamie Hughes, who I believe is going to be a great player next year. Kevin Maness is at the World Championships. We've got young players such as William Boland, who's a Scottish player, Harry Ward, who's local to me, Carl McKinstry, the BDO guy. I think he'll be the BDO World Champion by next year. And the one that I think is a very special talent is mercurial, is Nathan Rafferty. I think he will be unbelievable. I think he's the best teenager in the world, and I'll go on record as saying he's the best teenager I've seen. Take away Michael Van Gerwen, who's the best player ever, but Nathan Rafferty, in my opinion, he's got some serious bottle, and his averages are just going up and up and up. And I can see him being the next superstar of not only Irish darts but world darts.
Yeah, there's a lot of buzz about that kid. I know he beat Peter Wright not too recently, and he's been putting on some good shows everywhere he goes. I think he's sponsored by Target, right? So he's creating quite a buzz. You got some good talent there, man.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of. Harry Ward as well. He's either Harry, what I was saying, he's either ridiculously good or very poor. So in the youth tournament, the World Final Championships, to get to the Minehead, Harry was beating everybody, and I think it was Callum Ridge who beat him 5-4, 6-5. Had Harry won that, I think he might have given Martin Schindler a really good go. Harry's got the game. I just think Harry's been playing darts since he was a young lad, and I think he just needs a little bit of a break, and he'll come back very strong. But Nathan's just, I'll stick Nathan in my house, and he'll stay here for 4 hours, 5 hours just practicing. He's got a lovely throw. I stuck him on an exhibition against Barneveld. You can look it up on YouTube, A Day in the Life with Nathan Rafferty. He averaged 90 in front of 600 people for the first time against Barneveld, and missed a few darts, really. The score was 4-2. It could have been 4-2 the other way, but yeah, just remember the name. In my opinion, he'll be the best teenager. And, he rivaled Daryl in maybe 5 or 6 years to be the best player in Ireland. That's my belief. People will question that. Obviously, you've got great players such as Steve Led and Willie O'Connor. Brendan Dolan's playing absolutely amazing darts at the moment. But obviously, Daryl's the flag bearer for Irish darts, and he's one of the best players in the world. But I think Nathan has really got it. He's got the X factor, and you just know when you meet him that he's got what you need.
Well, I'll be watching out for that kid, Nathan Rafferty. Okay, so you mentioned Daryl Gurney, also James Wilson, and you also mentioned there Kevin Burness. Now, you've got 3 players at the World Championship, is that correct?
4, Benito van der Pass.
Oh, Benito, okay.
Yeah, Benito's had a really tough year. I signed Benito last November, and it's been a hard year, and, just become a dad. 9 months, we were lost, really. We didn't know what to do. He was practicing bad. It was so bad. But just lately, the practice is starting to work now. And I've always said if the practice is going well, everything else will follow. And he was practicing really well in minor. It didn't happen on the stage, but I expect him to win his second round match at the Worlds, and that's a solid start for next year, knowing that we've got to improve and we've got to push. But yeah, looking forward to seeing Benito play, as well as Kevin Burness, his first time at Ali Pali's. We spoke to Kev today, and we've both agreed that his final's probably against Paul Nicholson. The draw's not been too favourable playing Gary Anderson's second match, but told him put all the effort in to the Nicholson game. We win that, 15 grand in the bag, probably secures his tour card for the year, and then give your best shot against Gary, who you could argue is the best player in the world right now. And then obviously James Wilson's playing against Willie O'Connor or Jordi Luise. I expect him to come through a really tough game wherever he plays, because Willie's really improving and Jordi's a very quick Dutch player. And James Wilson's targeting probably a last 16 quarter-final as a really good World Championships. Probably not his time yet to go deep and maybe get to a final, but he's getting there, he's knocking on the door, and I believe next year's a massive year for James. I think he'll pick up titles. Like I say, obviously Daryl's won 2 TVs coming off the back of the last Players' Champs. And I think, the time's right now for Daryl to really make an assault on these World Championships. The ambition is to be World Champion. It's the only tournament that matters. Daryl probably did an hour's press for the last 2 tournaments combined, the World Grand Prix and the Players' Champs. Rob Cross probably did 5 days when he won it. So that just shows he's probably still doing press now about it. So that's the only tournament that people really care about, the World. The point is so much now that we really need a big World Championships, and I know Daryl's targeting the win, as probably everybody is, but I do think there's only 5 or 6 players, maybe 7, that can win it, and Daryl's definitely one of them.
Yeah, and everyone is gunning for this. The talent is always there. It's so tough, right? And there's a lot of parity in the PDC right now. Anybody can win on any given day. And that upper half of the draw seems to have all the big guns. I mean, that's tough. I mean, you've got Gary Anderson in your bracket, but if you want to get through to the final, you got to go through the MVG side as well.
Yeah, but listen, do you want to win the World Championships by not beating the best players? Probably not. Daryl beat Van Gogh in the final of the Players' Champs, and that means more than winning the Grand Prix. Rob Cross last year beat Phil and Michael. Gary Anderson beat Phil and Michael the year he won it. Nobody can say that they're lucky. Not winning the World Championship is ever lucky. But I think, Keith Deller's living off his World Championship win 35 years later because he beat the best 3 players in the world. And I know Daryl's got a winning record against Gary, a losing record against Michael, but again, a set play, anything can happen. So you can win 3 out of 5 legs on your set and then lose the next 3 and get smashed, and it's still only 1-1. So, we know you can't go toe-to-toe with Michael Van Gogh or Gary Anderson. You have to pick your moments, and that's the way that you win. And Daryl's been really good at picking his moments lately, and as has James as well, Grand Prix quarter-finalists, and getting really good on TV. So yeah, I'm really excited about this World Champs. It's the first time. Last year was a bit of a disappointment with both guys going out early doors. So yeah, really looking forward to this one.
Now, as you know, we just had Daryl on the show, and he was great, by the way. Seemed like a really nice guy. And, in terms of his image, let me make an observation. Before, when he walked to the board or walked back from the board with his head down, when the match wasn't going his way or he missed his chances, it seemed like he was almost moping. But nowadays, when he's walking that way with his head down, it seems like he's in the moment looking to capitalize on his chances, that his mood has changed, that he's more confident, especially with the Players' Championship final win. And even with the nickname I said to him, everything seems to be coming together, that you've never been more like than you are right now in the darting world, it seems to me.
Yeah, I mean, he had a bit of an upset. We had a bad time with Webster at the World Championships where he sarcastically clapped the crowd. It made it look like he was sulking, but me and Daryl work on a few things to try and keep his heart rate down, and that's why he looks so sulky. He's not the happiest person at the best of times, but that's a joke, it's okay. But he keeps his heart rate down, but I think he's handling it more now so he can smile on stage more. I don't think he's acting any different. I just think he's handling the stage a lot better, and that comes with being a favourite in matches. Most matches he plays on TV now, unless he's playing against maybe Gary Michael, he's not the favourite. He's the favourite, sorry. So I think that becomes an expectation. He's learning how to deal with it now. And his image, I agree, it's no been better. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it was my decision to change it to Super Chin. He doesn't like it. But my observation of that is that superheroes, the last 10 years, have gone stratospheric, obviously, with people like the Avengers, Marvel, DC. So the word super, anything, sort of gets you noticed. I think the shirts were brilliant design. They really give the feel of a superhero. And the walk-on, that I can't believe that nobody actually used it before we did. We picked it at the Players' Championship 3 years ago because they wouldn't let us use the Hey Baby that Tony O'Shea uses. So we had to pick one quick, and I just watched Ted 2, and I showed him the clip. There's a bit in Ted 2. I thought that'd be a great walk-on, and then lo and behold, we use it, and then we find out that Northern Ireland use it as well. That was just an absolute stroke of luck. So that's just, everything's come, everything has changed. It's sort of like had the rise, and it's been an amazing 3 years to go from where it was to where he is now. I've always said that he'll be the best player in the world, and I've said on multiple occasions on Facebook from 4 or 5 years ago on Twitter that I believe he'll be the best player in the world. And if he wins this World Championships, he's not going to be far from world number one spot. So that's the attitude, is just to be world number one once and world champion once. That is, I believe, a really doable thing for Daryl.
We wish him all the luck as he heads into Ali Pali. He's on a roll. Let's hope he keeps it going. The walk-on is unbelievable. He directs the choir. It seems like everyone's having a great time. It really does wonders. It gets everyone in the mood for the game at hand. Now, the nickname thing, he has said that he doesn't like it, but I agree with you. It's catching on. James Wilson recently changed his nickname as well. I mean, how much thought goes into something like this? It's an identifier, right?
Yeah, I can't take any credit for James's walk-on. His good lady wife, Heather, picked it. But, if nobody's seen this, I picked it. No, I didn't really, but Heather picked it. Jammy Dodger, and James changed his nickname all the while. He didn't like Jammy Dodger. We had a bit of a dispute with the actual company, Jammy Dodger, the biscuits. So he changed it to Lethal Biscuit. But he's always been the Jammy Dodger. Everybody still calls him Jammy. But James is one of our most infectious guys as well. So, I think players need to look at the fact that the walk-on and the nickname are two massive, massive things for a dart player to get over or get across. I'm a big fan, I was a big fan of wrestling and WWE and that kind of thing. And WWE wrestlers make a lot of their money on their image, their gimmicks. And, I believe that it's the same with darts. If you've got something that makes you stand out from the crowd, it'll make you money. Wayne Marder was never the best darts player in the world, he'll freely admit. But people know who he is, and he's still working now. He's still got a great gig with Sky, still working 50 exhibitions a year, and still probably one of the biggest faces of darts. Now, put that across to somebody like Wayne and Bobby George, who had a great image when they did what they had to do on TV. Never really won a great deal. I know Bobby was 2 times world champion. He was the world champion. But Wayne and Bobby never really hit the heights and became the best in the world. Yet they're still earning lots of money on the exhibition circuit. And somebody who I think was my favourite player growing up, John Part, who was a far better player than both of those, won a lot more, now really you don't see him on the exhibition circuit. So Wayne and Bobby have really done well to make a name for themselves on the back of their image and still making money now. That's what it's all about, making money and keep it rolling.
Yeah, it's very interesting. That walk-on seems like a great marketing tool. So, maybe more players should take more seriousness when they think about what they're doing there. Last couple questions here. The women this year, you've got Anastasia, you've got Lisa Ashton. She just won on the weekend. What's your best prediction on what's going to happen with these ladies' matches?
Anastasia's got Ryan Joyce, is that right?
That's right.
And, Lisa Ashton's got Jan Becker. I think both men will win. I think that if you took their stats across the year, I think Lisa Ashton's on an 86 average when she's been on TV or stream matches or Darts Connect, and Anastasia's around the same, which is world class to the women's level. Them two are by far the best 2 women in this era, I think. Obviously, you've got Dita Edmond and Trina Gulliver won 10. But I don't think Trina Gulliver would have won 10 in this company, in my opinion. I think she's still obviously the most successful women player. Obviously, you've got Fallon Sherrick as well. But I do think that if you'd have said to the men players, Jan Becker and Ryan George, you're going to be playing against an 86 and 88 average in your first round, they'd have been quite happy. The fact that they're playing against women will add the extra spice, and there will be a lot of nerves. And I think Jan and Ryan come through. I think Jan has got the tougher game. I think Jan wins 3-2 and Ryan wins 3-1.
Oh, wow. Okay, so at least they're going to put something on the board. I like that prediction. It's going to be exciting because the crowd is going to be with the women. There's no doubt about that. So it's just going to be interesting to see how these guys handle all of that. But yes, I expect them to win. I'm hoping one of the women can pull an upset. Okay, lastly, as you head into it, let's use the World Championship as an example, with the players you represent. When they're involved in a tournament, how involved are you with them? Like, are you there backstage with them? Do you talk to them after matches? What's the relationship there?
this is obviously, you'll probably see me celebrating when Daryl won, jumping around like an absolute mental case at the Players' Championships. I believe, my thoughts are that if I'm involved in darts because I love darts. I'm not involved with it for the money. Now, the money is 20 times what it was, so it's took over. The money has become an issue because it has to be, because it's become a business and there's so much money floating around. But I got involved in darts because I love darts. So I'm a big believer that if I ever lose that passion the way I am with Daryl and James, Benito, all the guys, I'll pack in. If I can't get excited over something like that and really celebrate, I will pack in. And my involvement on the day is basically just doing whatever they say. Daryl is more wanting me there, getting refreshments, and Daryl likes to do finishes. Like, I'll give him 5 finishes, and he's got to finish them before we can move on. But just before we go into a game, sometimes we'll think his timing's out, so we work on that. I'm definitely more hands-on with Daryl. James is a bit of an enigma, really. He very rarely practices. He just goes up there and he's a natural player. I wish James was 10 years younger, because I think that he definitely could have a chance of being really... He's still got a chance. I think if he had a bit more time, I think he'd have been in the top 10 a long time ago. But yeah, my involvement is whatever they want me to do. If they want me there, I'll be there. If they want the wife and girlfriends there, I'll be there. Basically a bag carrier. Whatever they want me to do to make them feel special. When I'm watching the darts, and I'm there, I'm as involved in them. I'm not going to lie, that when Daryl won the Grand Prix, I burst into tears. It was probably the best night ever until the recent one, when me and his dad was in the crowd. And it's such a different thing with being a weekend tournament, because the matches come thick and fast. We was in Dublin for 9 days, and you've got one game a day, and you keep thinking. And there's times before that final with Whitlock, that I'd just go quiet and just burst into tears, and I was like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Nothing." It's like, so I'm actually thinking about the journey and winning that tournament for him and stuff. And yeah, when he won the Players' Championships, that was a bigger rush, because the games come thick and fast, and you're only there 3 days. And a lot of people were questioning whether he was a fluke. So to really win that one now, you can't really take away two wins. Is not a fluke. So yeah, I babbled on there a bit. I've gone off a bit, digressed a bit, but hopefully that answers your question.
That's all right, man. I appreciate the insight. It's fascinating stuff. I know everyone's excited for the World Championship. You must just be pumped as well. We wish you guys all the best. You're stable, all the best at the Alley Pally, and let's hope Daryl can go all the way.
Yeah, if he wins, we'll give away a shirt on your station, so on your program. So yeah, if one of them wins the World, I'll donate one of the signed shirts that they wore on the way to it.
We appreciate that gesture, man. Really do. Matthew Dean Allen Ward, mdapromotions.co.uk, at MDA Promotions on Twitter. Thanks so much for your time, man. Good luck to Daryl. Good luck to Jan. Good luck to everyone at the Worlds, and we wish you all the best in 2019.
Thanks, pal. I appreciate it.